Bestech is a company that not only makes budget knives, but they also make ultra premium ones as well, like this right here. Now, I've had knives from them before and they're truly exceptional. However, what makes this different is some of the materials that they're using, and that's what we're going to talk about today. When it comes to premium knives, we don't exactly evaluate them the same way. Yes, blade lengths are important. Yes, thickness is important. There's a lot of things that are important, but the big thing that people are looking for when they're spending this much on a knife is how well it was put together. So all of the seams around the carbon fiber are super, super fine, almost to the point where I can't see it at all. The milled pivot is really, really nice touch. I love that kind of flowery look to it. And they have a titanium pivot collar that matches perfectly with the anodization of the frame. The pocket clip works and kind of flows with the blade. And we have a kind of a sub frame lock here, and that's been done very well as well. Now, all of these edges have kind of been indented a little bit, and that might make you think this is a pretty uncomfortable knife, but I will tell you, I actually am pretty impressed with how comfortable it is to actually hold in my hand. That being said, more than likely, if you're buying this knife, it's going to be a showpiece, and this is absolutely in that realm, both in pricing and in kind of looks. It just is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. But don't kid yourself, it can absolutely do some work, especially with Magnacut blade steel. So that is the thing that got my attention when I saw this. I'm like, Magnacut? I don't know. I didn't know Bestech was making things in Magnacut. I mean, I've seen them make most of their knives in M390 at this price point. I've seen a couple specialty steels. I've even seen Damasteel at the really, really top end of the spectrum, and Damacor, but I've never seen Magnacut. And that's a big deal for them to start producing knives in Magnacut because they have to import that steel from America. It's not made anywhere else. Very, very cool. And this knife, what a clean look. Only 2 screws holding it together. A beautiful little back spacer here, which honestly, I can't, is that zirconium? I can't even tell. What I can say is that they've inserted ceramic beads in there, which is pretty unusual. I've never seen that before. They also did the exact same thing to the pivot itself. So there's a ceramic bead sticking out of that pivot to kind of give it a center. And then you can't really see it well, but there's a T8 Torx right there for unscrewing the pivot. Great jimping on this one. Absolutely fantastic jimping. Not too aggressive. But because they're so close together, you can't really feel them, but it still feels like that finger Velcro design. Great forward finger choil. Plenty of space for future sharpening. However, it's something of note that this knife has a recurve to it. So you're going to need some finer stones that are a little bit narrower in order to sharpen this properly, or a lot of skill. So it's not exactly something I would say is good for a novice. An absolutely spectacular blade, designed by OSAP Heel, I think, right? Yep. And just spectacular. So beautiful, beautiful knife. Not much more to say here. I'll put some statistics you can take a look at over here, and I'll put a link to it down below. If you're into it and you're looking for something kind of in the premium realm that's also in Magnacut, made by Bestech, maybe this is your option. Let me know what you think about this blade shape. I mean, this is pretty complicated to have that recurve here. And also, even the grind just doesn't feel like it's like a perfectly flat. Like they really kind of changed the shape and somehow still managed to get a perfectly even grind all the way across. A really difficult thing to do. Just really, really, really well done. Anyway, I like it. I don't know if it's something that I'm going to carry personally, as this is way above my normal, but my goodness, do I appreciate its beauty? Definitely. Let me know if you do as well. As always, thank you guys for your time, and we'll talk again soon.